You know, the dream of having a super powerful gaming PC that you can hold in your hands has always had this frustrating catch, right? But what if a totally new approach could finally crack the code on this whole handheld PC thing?
Let's really dig into this question, because it's the big one. It's the core problem that this new ROG Ally Xbox Edition is trying to fix. For years, we've been promised this seamless handheld PC experience, but it's always felt just out of reach, you know? The execution just wasn't quite there.
And that leads us right into what I like to call the handheld PC paradox. It's this fundamental conflict, this problem that has basically plagued every single one of these devices right up until now. I mean, the dream is absolutely incredible, right? Your whole PC library, all those indie gems, the huge AAA titles, just playable anywhere you go. But the reality? Oh man, the reality has usually been a clunky, frustrating mess. You're fumbling with a tiny touchscreen, constantly fighting off Windows pop-ups, and just watching that battery bar drain in what feels like 5 minutes. They've always felt like PCs first, and gaming consoles a very, very distant second.
So what's the fix? Well, the answer from ASUS and Microsoft isn't just to throw more power at the problem. No, it's a completely different philosophy for the user interface. They're trying to give this PC the soul of a console.
Okay, and this right here is the hero of our story, the Xbox full-screen experience. Now, this isn't just some skin they slapped on top of Windows. It's a full-on, dedicated launcher that boots up automatically. It completely replaces the normal Windows desktop. And the goal is super simple. Let you get around your library, launch your games, and tweak your settings without ever feeling like you're wrestling with a tiny, awkward computer.
And look how simple this process becomes. It's what makes it feel so much like a real console. You power it on, and boom, you're right there in a clean, controller-first interface. You use the joystick to find your game, you hit A to launch it, and that's it, you're in. The single biggest point of friction from older devices, having to constantly poke at the touchscreen, it's pretty much gone.
This quote right here, it perfectly captures how well they pulled this off. I mean, think about it. When you can use a Windows device for days on end and realize you've barely even touched the screen, well, you know something fundamental has changed. That's the secret sauce. That's what makes this powerful PC feel as easy and intuitive as a console.
But okay, a slick interface is one thing. It means absolutely nothing if your battery's dead in an hour, right? And this is where the device's new chip delivers its biggest and, honestly, most welcome surprise.
I mean, listen to this, because this is a total game changer. One reviewer told this story where he accidentally left the screen on for over an hour inside his bag. Now, in any other Windows handheld, that's a dead battery, period. But on this thing, it had barely lost any charge at all. That kind of rock-solid sleep and standby performance, that was something you only ever saw on consoles like the Nintendo Switch.
And check out this number, 19%. This is just as impressive. In a real-world test, someone played a really demanding 3D game for 45 minutes straight, in performance mode no less, and it only used up 19% of the battery. So what does that mean? It means you're getting hours of serious gameplay, not just a few frantic minutes.
So here's the key takeaway, the really crucial point. This new AMD Z2 series chip, it's not just about raw power. Its real magic is in its efficiency. Just look at this chart. At the exact same low power level, the new chip is delivering up to a 45% boost in frames per second. It's getting way more performance out of way less juice. And that is the secret to unlocking that incredible battery life.
Okay, so the software is a huge leap forward, and the performance is seriously impressive. But how does it actually feel in your hands? You know, the day-to-day stuff. This is where we get into the reality check, where there are some clear wins, but also some pretty notable trade-offs.
First off, the ergonomics, a massive win. They've got these deep Xbox-style grips that make it super comfortable to hold, even for long gaming sessions. And the stereo speakers are, wow, they're surprisingly loud and really clear. But it's not all perfect. It's heavy. Heavy enough that your arms might start to feel it after about 30 minutes if you're not resting them on something. And the buttons, they're responsive for sure, but they are loud and clicky. And maybe my biggest pet peeve, no backlights on the face buttons, which can make playing in the dark a little tricky.
The screen is another one of those big trade-offs, so they went with an IPS panel. Now, on the plus side, that means zero screen flicker, which is fantastic if you have sensitive eyes. You also get full support for variable refresh rate, which makes gameplay super smooth. But the downside is you miss out on those perfect inky blacks and the vibrant punchy colors that really make games pop on an OLED screen. Oh, and one last thing. Even on its lowest brightness setting, it's still a little too bright for playing in a totally dark room.
So, after all that, what's the verdict? Where does this all land? Is this just another yearly upgrade, a little bit better here and there, or are we actually looking at something bigger?
This device isn't just for the hardcore PC enthusiast anymore, the person who loves to tinker. It's for anyone who has looked at the huge library of PC games and thought, man, I wish I could play that without all the fuss. It really feels like it finally closes that gap, giving you all the freedom of a PC, but with the simplicity and finally, the battery life and convenience of a console.
So we have to ask, has that line between the freedom of a PC and the pure simplicity of a console finally been erased? I think when you look at the combination of this smart software design and the incredible efficiency of the new chip, the ROG Ally Xbox Edition makes a really, really compelling case that the answer is, yeah, maybe it has. This isn't just another better handheld PC. It might just be the blueprint that changes what we expect from portable gaming forever.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end and see you in the next video.